The scroll of your name, please.
My name is what you asked for?
I did.
No, I'm not Peyton Ansley John Milton. I'm the agent authorized to represent Peyton Ansley John Milton as written in all capital letters.
And how do you choose to go forward?
Pro se, please.
Okay, you even know the right term, okay?
And there's no victim in this alleged crime. I might preface this with, I have gone to anti-kidnapping training. I was inhumanely subject to what I would define as torturous actions.
All right, guys, today we've got one of the most clueless sovereign citizens to ever step into a courtroom. This guy is running the same tired sovereign citizen script like it's some kind of cheat code, and the judge literally laughs right in his face. Honestly, I can't even blame the judge. How do you argue against reality with that level of confidence? At what point do these people realize the law doesn't care about their made-up rules? Seriously, I just don't understand how our country has reached a point where there are this many clueless people running around, especially these sovereign citizens. Let me know in the comments while you're watching what you think this guy's IQ is, because I'm guessing it's somewhere between room temperature and freezing. Let's go ahead and dive in, guys.
And as to Mr. Milton, is there a competency concern, or is this
I am not represented by anybody besides myself. In my sovereign capacity. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did have an opportunity to speak to him. I read him the reports.
Who is him?
Don't interrupt. I'm letting
I read him.
You just sit quietly.
Thank you.
I read him the report so that he will understand the charges against him. He didn't wish to hear anything more about his rights, and he does not wish to be represented. Thank you.
As the agent for Peyton Ansley John Milton, you are indicating to me that you're quite familiar with Peyton Ansley John Milton, and that's basically you. Is that correct?
I am the agent authorized to represent Peyton Ansley John Milton as written in all capital letters.
All right. And you understand, for my purposes, though that language doesn't make any sense. So
no, I do not.
I understand. Okay. Well, I'm telling you that. And so I am, until you disabuse me of the motion or the notion, I am inclined to believe that you are both the agent and the person. So, and it's
I'm not a person. I am one of the people. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So for the record, that's my finding. Yeah, hold on. We're not done.
Okay.
Have a seat.
You got it.
And thank you. Mr. Sharp, let me swear you in. Swear the testimony and probable cause application will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I so swear, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Sharp.
So this information comes from a report of Officer Evers of the Lacey Police Department. She responded to an unwanted person complaint at a 7-Eleven store. Upon arriving, Officer Evers contacted staff who advised her that it was a white male, approximately 5'5", with a beard, wearing green long-sleeved flannel. Staff advised that he was intoxicated and belligerent. At one point, the male stated he would be waiting outside when they got off work, that they asked the male to leave multiple times and he refused. Once they called the police, the male returned to his Toyota 4Runner, that it was parked outside the gas station. Staff stated that they didn't feel safe, wanted the male trespassed. Officer made contact with the male and immediately was able to identify him as Peyton Milton. Officer knows Mr. Milton is a local transient that lives out of his car, has had several social contacts with him. Officer Evers asked Mr. Milton if he was just inside the store. He stated that he was. He stated that he was too drunk to be held accountable.
Out of all the things you could say while getting arrested, this sovereign citizen really chose to go with "I'm too drunk to be held accountable." Not "I didn't do it," not "you've got the wrong guy," but straight up admitting to the crime and then trying to dodge responsibility because he was too wasted. Sovereign citizens never fail to amaze me with their complete lack of understanding of how the law actually works. They seem to think that if they say enough nonsense, the laws just don't apply to them. I honestly don't understand how you can be outside a 7-Eleven committing all kinds of crimes while drunk and then just pull the "I'm too drunk" card like that makes everything disappear. It makes no sense, and it feels like all of these sovereign citizens have the same victim complex. I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but let me know what you guys think. I genuinely believe these people act like professional victims, but I guess that's what you get when you buy some little sovereign citizen course off Reddit. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive back in, because he's about to get way more heated here.
Officer advised Mr. Milton that he'd be trespassed from the 7-Eleven, and he stated, "I understand what you have to do." Mr. Milton offered to manually push his car to a gravel lot about 25 yards from the 7-Eleven so that he wasn't on the property since he was too intoxicated to drive. Officer agreed and gave Mr. Milton until nightfall to push the car out of the lot. Officer provided Mr. Milton with his phone, and he replied, "Can I go back in and charge it?" The officer advised him that he could not charge his phone at this 7-Eleven and that if he entered the store again, he would be arrested. Officer provided Mr. Milton with a copy of the trespass form. And then at 16:23 hours, staff called dispatch advising that Mr. Milton was back inside the store. Staff advised that Mr. Milton said he was too drunk to be held accountable, and that he left again once they called dispatch, and this time he again left his cell phone in the store. Officer then contacted Mr. Milton. He again stated that he was too drunk to be held accountable. Officer noted that Mr. Payton was intoxicated but functional and able to understand the officer's instructions. Officer advised Mr. Milton that he was under arrest for trespass, detained him without incident. He was then booked into the county jail. The Nisqually jail.
On the charge of criminal trespass first degree, is the city making a motion to revoke the deferral on the assault conviction or
Yes,
on the
Your
assault case?
Based on the new law violation, yes.
Thank you. And let's see,
Now, will I get a moment here to articulate anything?
I'll let you know. So sit
Appreciate
tight.
it.
I'm still working through the process. Thank
Of
you.
course.
All right. So, Ms. Sharp, it appears that the assault was not a deferral. It was a stipulated order of continuance.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. So we'll note the city's motion to revoke the continuance on the assault charge based on the allegation of a new law violation. And Mr. Milton is asking not to be represented by counsel. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so let's have a little chat about that. If you choose to represent yourself, which is your right, you can make that choice. But I want to make sure that we make a record that you are doing so knowingly and voluntarily. Ms. Langley is an attorney. I'm going to guess that you have not gone to law school and become a member of the bar. Is that correct?
I can neither confirm nor deny that information, actually.
Okay. So not being an attorney, you understand that if you represent yourself, the court cannot assist you in recognition of the fact that you're not an attorney. So you will end up missing things you're supposed to do. You will do things you're not supposed to do. And all of those things will likely work to your detriment. So it is never a smart thing to represent yourself. And frankly, if an attorney were to say they would represent themselves, I would have the same conversation with them and advise them, I think it's a foolish decision to make. You, however, have that right, as I pointed out, but I want to make sure you understand you have the right to have counsel. You have the right to have me appoint counsel, or you can hire counsel. And if you ask me to appoint counsel, I can appoint counsel at no cost. So you understand all of that.
I appreciate that, and I do. Thank you.
And how do you choose to go forward?
Pro se, please.
Okay,
Your Honor.
even know the right term. Okay.
Your Honor, I was not read my Miranda rights this most recent time. I believe I'm supposed to request a voyeur of the body cams.
This sovereign citizen decides to go pro se, because of course he does, and now he's asking the judge how to get the body cam footage. Bro, you literally have a lawyer sitting right next to you on the Zoom call, fully ready to handle that for you, and you say no to the help just to turn around and beg for guidance. Somebody please make that make sense in the comments. These judges are not your personal legal assistants. That's what gets me about sovereign citizens. They act like they've cracked some secret legal code, yet they can't even manage basic procedure. If you're going to reject a lawyer, at least pretend you know what you're doing. Instead, he's fumbling through legal terms like he's ordering off a menu. Your Honor, how do I request the body cam thing? I swear, they're the only people who think stubborn confidence can replace actual knowledge. Let me know what you guys think. Is this peak sovereign citizen delusion, or have you seen worse? Because I know I have, but this one is really something else.
Like I said, I can't represent you. You're going to have to figure all that out yourself for purposes of today.
I'll require 4 to 6 hours of unhindered internet access so that I can properly represent myself. If you would
Okay, did you
write that
read-
into a court
Read your
order.
form on your constitutional rights.
Did I read my form? I don't believe I was provided anything,
Okay, is there a corrections officer there?
Mr. Upton.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's present Mr. Milton a copy of the rights form and have him read it. And then he and I can talk about it.
Yes, Your Honor. There's one taped to the desk right in front of me.
Okay, why don't you take a minute and read it? Let me know when you're done reading it, Mr. Milton.
Appreciate you. I haven't been
reading.
Mirandized, so it's hard for me to even start since I can't technically be charged with anything. And there's no victim in this alleged crime.
I know, all I'm asking right now is for you to read the rights and tell me that you have done so.
All right. Would you please silence yourself? Forgive me.
And actually, Ms. Langley, if you'll unmute, because I have some questions for you regarding other cases.
Have completed the reading, sir.
All right, thank you. I'll talk about that with you in just a moment as soon as I finish this document I'm working on.
Thank you.
Any question about those rights that are on that form?
Not particularly.
Okay, thank you. All right, so with the question before the court now is whether I'm going to hold you on bail. The city has asked for $500 cash or bond on each case. Just address that issue. Don't address the underlying facts, because to the extent that you do so, any statement you say regarding that can be used against you on these
Okay.
cases. So right now, just address the issue of whether you should be released or not.
Appreciate you. Yes, I would like to request being released on personal recognizance. And the reason being is because there were several things articulated in the statement that were absolutely not true. For one, I was
Okay, yeah, hold
not
on.
in possession of a no worries. I was not in possession of a cell phone, as I had my vehicle, my phone, my computer, my passport, and every physical possession stolen from me last time I was under arrest for defending a senior citizen in this community. The same day that Officer Tittle refused to search the man who stole my key.
Okay, anything else?
That's it for now.
Okay.
Unless you would allow me to fill in some details that they failed to read me my Miranda rights, and I wasn't taking a statement from in both questioned cases in question.
All right, so what the case of Miranda tells us is that if you make any statements while under arrest prior to being read your Miranda rights, the prosecutor is limited in its ability to present those statements to the court. It doesn't have any other purpose other than whether something you say can be used against you. That's the whole purpose of Miranda. Doesn't mean they can't go forward with a criminal charge.
Oh, I was never aware of that.
Wow, who could have guessed that this sovereign citizen doesn't actually know the law? What a shocker. Seriously though, where did we go wrong as a country? I swear, they're multiplying like NPCs in a broken video game, and every time a new one shows up, they somehow know even less than the last. Is there some kind of secret training camp where they sit around practicing how to misinterpret laws? How do you confidently argue with a judge while having absolutely zero, literally zero, legal knowledge? It's almost impressive how committed they are to being wrong. I know a lot of you in the comments blame politics for these individuals, but honestly I don't even know what's fueling this. Maybe it's social media, or too much YouTube University, or even some random Facebook guy named Patriot 1776 handing out legal advice. Whatever it is, it's getting out of control. At this point we might as well start taking bets on how long it'll be before one of them tries using Minecraft law in court. Let me know your take on this. Why are sovereign citizens so prevalent these days? Anyway, let's dive back in.
Right, which is one of the reasons. Don't want to represent yourself, but I've explained that to you now. But I just want to make sure. So you still wish to represent yourself?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Seem like a sharp guy, so
Appreciate you, Your Honor.
seem dedicated to it. Okay. Based on the outstanding warrant out of Skagit County, I will hold in $500 cash or bond bail on each case, total $1,000 cash or bond. And I'll remind you, you're to have no contact with the 7-Eleven store, no criminal law violations, not consume any alcohol, marijuana, not enter any bar, tavern. And give me some realistic expectation. Are you going to be able to post bail or likely not?
If the minimum that I'm allowed to throw on a bail is 300 and I have to bail out for 2 things, then I'm certain I would need to acquire a phone number that I don't have in order to make that happen. And so I would have to say that it may be closer to impossible this time around.
Okay. Well, you may know from your history that the bail here is usually 10% of what's ordered. So $50 on each case is what a bonding company would want from you. So just, I don't
Cool.
know whether that
Well, I have
changes anything or
$100.
not.
Isn't that?
Okay, all right. Thank you. I will set this for 3 weeks from today at 1:30 in the afternoon. So on Monday, the 24th of April, for what we call a pretrial, Mr. Milton. And at the pretrial hearing, you will have received information from the city prior to that as to any offer to settle the case. Just so you know, you don't have to accept it. But they will be contacting you to give you whatever offer they have. And then you'll tell them, the court at that time, whether you wish to accept the offer and enter whatever arrangement is made, or whether you wish to go to trial. So that'll be what we discuss on the 24th.
Awesome. In the meantime, will I be allowed 4 to 6 hours of unhindered internet access so that I can represent myself?
Yeah, I do not regulate the jail. So you're going to have to talk to the folks at the jail.
If you write it as a court order, I'm certain that they will be more likely to comply than if you don't.
All right, I'm not going to write it as a court order. Like I say, I don't mess with how the jails run their jail, but
speaking of, by the way,
Mr. Sharp has heard you, and we'll go forward that way.
On a side note, if I may, Your Honor, during intake, and I might preface this with, I have gone to anti-kidnapping training. I was inhumanely subject to what I would define as torturous actions. It was by C.O. Patero. I have nothing against the man, but he only sought to escalate a situation physically that could have been de-escalated with a verbal warning, a verbal, hey, knock your stuff off, a verbal. And I was completely compliant physically, as you can see on camera if you look in holding C on the night that I was intaken. And when I was asked to be picked up and seated, they had refused and told me on their paper that they checked on me every 15 minutes when I was checked on about 3 times the first 2 hours and about twice in the last half an hour. So,
all right, we got that.
Yep, appreciate you.
Right. Thank you.
Well, this one was definitely interesting. I actually really enjoyed this case because the judge was absolutely hilarious. His little sarcastic comments had me cracking up the entire time. If you go back and rewatch the hearing, you'll catch him smirking or trying not to laugh through most of it, and honestly, I don't blame him at all. How are you supposed to keep a straight face when a sovereign citizen confidently claims they were kidnapped, also known as arrested, for breaking the law? That's not how words work. You can't just redefine arrest because it sounds scarier. By that logic, getting a speeding ticket would be highway robbery and paying taxes would be extortion, though they probably believe that too. Sovereign citizens really seem to live in their own version of reality. They refuse to follow the law, end up in handcuffs, and immediately shout, "This is illegal," like it's some kind of magic spell that makes everything disappear. Getting arrested after committing a crime is called consequences. But they love twisting legal definitions to fit their narrative, and no matter how many times they're corrected, they double down every single time. At what point do you lose in court enough times to realize that maybe you don't actually understand the law? Anyway, I really enjoyed this hearing, but I'm going to wrap it up here. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. This case was definitely one for the books. And tell me how many IQ points you think this guy has. The judge said he was smart, but I'm not seeing it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.